looking at?
That is a massive taco in front of us.
Do you see two people standing by the door? They look like spitting images of each other. Are they twins?
Oh, honey, no.
But Paimon only sees one person there.
Why did we let her drink all those bottles?
Huh? How could that be? I guess my mind isn't as sharp as it used to be. Give me another bottle, boss!
Better question, the liquid in that cup is green. Why is your wine lime green?
Do you think she's drunk?
I'd be more surprised if she wasn't.
There you go, miss. Oh my, it's not every day you get to see Granny Citlali here with some friends. Not to mention ones who've made a huge name for themselves recently.
Oh, so you've heard of us?
Of course I have. Aren't you the ones who saved Kachina and brought her back? No wonder you hit it off with Granny Citlali. She wouldn't spend time with just anybody, you know. I don't even remember the last time I saw her with a new friend.
Thank you?
Wait, so you call her Granny too?
Well, given our ages, it'd probably be more accurate for me to call her my great-great-granny.
Oh.
She's one of the most famous people at the Masters of the Nightwind. Most days, hardly anyone even dares talk to her.
Huh?
That must be lonely.
Gossiping about me right in front of my face now, are you, Chonka?
Are we sure it's safe to have a floating drunk mascot? What's the worst that could happen?
Please, Granny, I wouldn't dare. I'm just beyond happy to see you bring over some new friends. After all, any friends of our regulars are sure to be great customers too.
All right, that's enough. Go on now. I'm sure the other customers would like to talk to you as well. There's no need to keep staring at me. I promise I'll keep my alcohol down until I leave.
I would also like to not be there when you vomit it back up. Thanks.
Well then, you have my thanks.
After Chonka leaves, Citlali downs a few more glasses and begins to stare blankly into space from her chair. You start wondering whether she's actually drunk or working through some complex problem in her head. I think it's both. What is with your face?
Citlali? Citlali?
Who's that? You got some gall calling me by my first name. Let me guess. You want to test your skills against Granny Citlali, don't ya?
Not really, but I'm pretty sure I could take you in a fight.
Are you still with us, Citlali? You're kinda talking to no one.
You chumps come around here, picking fights with me? Well, you know what happens next. You lose, and then run off home to tell everyone about how I'm this big scary bully. It's always the same story. You brats start it, I finish it, and then I end up with the reputation of being some kind of terrible monster among the shamans.
The secondhand embarrassment continues to be real.
I mean, come on! Monster? Me? Really? What did I do to deserve that?
Granny Citlali, you're not a monster at all.
Exactly! And while we're at it, I'm not some lazy slacker either. Between meditation, advising the chief, and speaking with the Wyab, I actually have a pretty packed schedule, you know. Oh yeah, and I have to mentor all the new kids. Hey, new kid. Yeah, you.
I'm sorry, me? I'm a new kid?
Don't play dumb. Didn't I teach you how to find phlogiston? You see? I I know my stuff. I'm a good teacher. You tell him.
I mean, you didn't really teach me how to find phlogiston. You just shared your senses with me so that I could see the phlogiston. I don't really think I learned anything. I think you just handed me a cheat code, to be fair. But thank you for all of your teachings, ma'am.
That's more like it. About dang time someone showed me a little respect. Yeah, Granny's a hard worker, all right. You can always rely on old Granny.
Did she just fall asleep with her eyes open? Oh, jeez.
That's a skill.
Behind this pitch-black curtain, a chapter of hatred reveals itself. Behind the smoke, the lingering smoke.
There's smoke behind the smoke. Smoke within smoke awaits you instead of darkness.
Ah, she's meditating again. She does this whenever she's had a few too many drinks. Her mind's actually racing at this point. It's quite the opposite of sleep.
Is this another specialty of the Masters of the Nightwind?
No, I'd say it's an ability that's unique to Citlali herself. While she can easily pick up everyone else's skills and tricks, few have been able to master hers.
Very interesting that when she's drunk, she just mumbles cryptic prophecy nonsense. Of course, a drunk shaman starts to spout some end of the world prophecy. Of course, yeah. Yeah. There wouldn't be any other way.
Warning, warning. Red, the color of danger, has now arisen within that pair of eyes.
Are you a robot? Warning. Warning.
Huh?
Are you awake?
Traveler? Paimon?
What's wrong?
Why do you think the color red is evil?
I'm gonna hurl.
Please don't make that noise ever again. Go vomit off screen. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to see it.
Hang on, just keep it in.
No, stop. Stop making that noise.
Phew. Okay, it's passed. That was a close one.
Her burps sound more like vomiting than burps, and I'm dying inside. I was that kid. I was never the first person to throw up in school, but if I had to see someone else throw up or like smell it, you'd best believe I then also vomited.
You had Paimon worried. Paimon really thought you were about to barf all over the table just now.
How embarrassing. I'm sorry you had to see me like that. That's never happened before, I swear. I've never thrown up. Not once.
Good. Keep it that way, or do it far away from me. And we didn't ask about before.
Are you feeling okay? Want to take a quick walk and get some fresh air?
There's so much that I want to say, but I can't.
Why not? Of course you can. Just say whatever's on your mind.
Please, Paimon. It's not as simple as you think. We've only known each other for a few days, right? What would you think of me if I were to start dumping all of my complaints on you after we've only just met?
Correction, I've known you for an hour, but you've already dumped a whole bunch of family drama on me. What's a little more?
Oh, Paimon gets it. You're hoping that we wouldn't think less of you no matter what you're about to say.
No, that wasn't my point at all. Seriously, don't you youngsters know anything about shame? I'm talking about shame. I've lived all these years and still can't get rid of it. Surely you know the feeling too?
Actually, about that.
Should we just tell her?
Huh? Tell me what?
Yeah, this is as good a time as any.
All right, Citlali. Listen carefully and try not to get too upset. You described the events that took place during Auroron's rescue as objectively, fairly, and impartially as possible. Citlali shared some of her senses with you through a spell, allowing you to temporarily hear her thoughts. I don't need to be reminded of something that happened less than an hour ago.
So, you heard my...
Inner thoughts. Yes. All of them.
It's okay, Citlali. You had every right to complain about those things.
I can't take it anymore! Why do these things happen to me? Hearing me mumble under my breath is one thing, but hearing what I mumble in my own head? That's too much.
Then you shouldn't have shared your senses with me. You should have just guided us to where we needed to go, and we never even needed to see the phlogiston. You chose this life.
It's just like when you're rolling on the floor in your pajamas, but you forget to lock the door, and someone bursts in to deliver cabbages and sees the whole thing.
What were you doing rolling on the floor? I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
So that, happens to you a lot.
It happens to people in general, okay?
I can't say it
Doesn't
does.
matter if you're 200 years old or 1,000 years old. Everyone rolls around in their pajamas sometimes. I was just picking something generic.
On the floor, though, also my delivery people don't just barge into my house, so there's that. Are you okay? You look dejected. Does she have her bed next to her entrance, or did she sleepwalk there first? I don't know. It sounds to me like she just likes to roll around random places in her pajamas. This just seems like a thing she does.
Take a walk with me. I have things to share with you.
I don't know if I trust you when you're making that expression.
Looks like she's completely given up. Like those criminals who just confess everything and accept their fate.
We should follow her, just to make sure she doesn't do anything stupid. I'm very concerned for our safety when she has that expression. Can we escape from the back? Is there a back? We probably could. Oh, where am I? Where am I meant to be? I hate this map. How do I get there? This way? Outside? Open. Potentially outside? Wait, hold on. Nah, I'll just climb the wall. I was gonna bring out Shieldin to just skate up the wall, but I'll just climb it. Never mind. I will not just climb the wall. How the frick do you get up there? I hate this map. This way. Maybe. Not this way. Where? Hold on. Re-navigate. Magical light, tell me how the heck I get there. I really feel like they went out of their way to make this area as confusing as possible. All the other major cities, you can figure out. This
Well,
one, no.
Great view, right? I love coming here by myself.
Wow, it's beautiful.
Thank you for bringing us here.
You're making me want to cry.
I think that's the alcohol, actually.
Oh no, what do we do? Please don't cry.
I was an expression, okay? A figure of speech. I'm just... embarrassed. Here you are thanking me. Even after you helped me all this time. Let's just have a casual conversation. It's easiest that way.
Okay.
Really? You don't seem like the kind of person who keeps things casual.
Well, I guess I used to be more of a stickler for the rules. And you're right, I don't usually open up to the people of my tribe like this. I'm just an eccentric old hag to them. That story's been passed down so long, it might as well be true.
You're just a regular person.
The kids of my tribe would have a heart attack if they heard you say that. Granny Eatsley is a powerful figure. Be careful around her. That's what they'd say.
Well, you are powerful. Are they afraid of you?
Sounds to me like you just need to move to a new tribe where people will treat you like an actual person.
Some are. Others are mad I always come out on top. A few decades like that, and people stop knowing how to deal with you.
Others are mad that you always come out on top. You are seemingly immortal, so they should get over that.
What about you? Are you scared of me?
Nah, man, I'm also immortal.
We don't find you scary at all.
And Paimon is Paimon.
That's because you're not from my tribe. You don't know how many delusions of grandeur I've destroyed just by existing. I make people realize that no matter how hard they work, they'll never become a living legend like me. Oh, not to brag or anything. Maybe it's hard to believe. Just pretend I never said anything.
We believe you. Shilonen has full faith in your abilities, and Auroran didn't seem scared of you. He thinks of you as his granny, right?
Yes, but Auroran's a special case. Mawika already told you about her plan. And you've given so much help to Auroran and me. You deserve to learn the full truth.
Backstory time?
Auroran's not like other people. As I mentioned, he was abandoned as a child.
And he has at least one wolf ear.
The reason being, his soul is incomplete. The Masters of the Nightwind view this as a bad omen, capable of bringing about illness and misfortune.
His soul is incomplete?
No one knows who his parents were. He was just left on a rock in the wilderness. It's a miracle he wasn't devoured by some wild beast.
And we're back to my theory that he is the Master of the Night.
The Masters of the Nightwind believe they can see human souls. And in Auroran's incomplete soul, they saw a possibility for Natlan. A possibility to turn Auroran into a vessel for lost souls. The ceremony would allow lost souls to gather within him. Auroran would then be sent to the Night Kingdom to return the souls to their rightful place, strengthening the ley lines and completing the ceremony.
Wait, they want to sacrifice him? They want him to gather up all the dead people and then die himself to take all the dead people home?
Wait, that doesn't sound right.
That seems excessive. Wouldn't that just kill him?
Now you see the problem. When damage occurs to the Night Kingdom, the souls held within disperse and remain adrift, unable to find a way back to the ley lines. This loss of souls damages the Night Kingdom even further.
Is this what she calls casual talk? You have a point. This is a bit deep for a casual conversation. Maybe her version of casual is just not yelling constantly, which I will take.
The ceremony can send back countless souls at once, which would benefit the Night Kingdom and the souls themselves. Of course, the vessel, Auroran, would be sacrificed in the process.
I feel like there are other ways to get the dead people to where they need to be.
I wasn't surprised the chief at the time came up with the plan. The ley lines were already in a terrible state. A suitable candidate for the ceremony appears, and now you have the chance to make things better. Of course you're going to take it.
No. That should be a volunteer-only type of job.
When the chief asked for my opinion, I didn't give my approval, but I didn't object either. So they went ahead with the ceremony. It failed, and Auroran escaped with his life.
And now he might hate you because you didn't stop him from being sacrificed.
Pathetic, isn't it? By not objecting, I basically gave them the go-ahead. Maybe they didn't have my explicit approval, but it's not like I did the right thing. If the ceremony was successful, Auroron would probably be dead. Of course, in my tribe, death is rarely something to fear. But what kind of message would we be sending by sentencing a newborn to death? By using a human life as a tool? It's not right. So, when I learned the ceremony had failed, I was ashamed by my inaction, and absolutely relieved by the result.
It's sounding more and more like you need to just leave your tribe. Take Auroron and go find a different tribe. Heck, go find a different country. Just get out of that place. You don't need those people.
Never a secret. Or, I guess I should say, there was no point to keeping it a secret. A simple investigation from Auroron would reveal everything. Everyone thought he would be happy he survived. And he never really said anything to the contrary. But just as I was about to put all of it behind me, he asks this question. Would Natlan have been saved if the ceremony succeeded?
I highly doubt bringing the few amount of dead people into the Night Kingdom that he would have gathered would be enough to save Natlan.
Wait, but it's not his fault.
He knows that, but he still feels guilty. Auroron has a strong ability to perceive souls, more than any of us. He understands just how dire the situation with ley lines has become. Maybe he chose to work with the Fatui because he still thinks he owes a debt to Natlan. I can only imagine what they told him.
Traveler, didn't the captain say he found a way to solve the crisis? Maybe that's what brought Auroron into this. Anyway, we can't just let things go on like this. We have to convince him to come back.
Yeah, that should be our next step.
You don't look so good, Citlali. Maybe you should head back and get some sleep.
Probably drank too much. It's okay. The fresh air is doing me good. Okay. Forget that. I need to go home. I hit it a little too hard.
Yeah, go home. I don't want to listen to your almost vomiting. Don't worry. You don't have to do any of this alone. Yes, she does. You will go vomit alone. I will not be holding your hair. I'm sorry. I don't know you like that.
You've helped me so much already. How do I even begin to thank you?
Hey, we're friends, aren't we? Besides, you already said you owe us a favor, so you don't need to worry about us.
Good point. Well, I'll go home and get some sleep. We can figure out our next move in the morning. Friends. I like the sound of that.
Auroron's probably back with the captain, don't you think?
Yeah, we should tell the Pyro Archon what we learned.
You mean about the backup plan? Do you really believe what the captain told us?
We should just be upfront with her.
Yeah, you're right. We should just go to her directly.
It's better to ask these questions than to let it stew in the back of our mind until we doubt all of our friends.
But she's probably asleep. We can find her first thing in the morning.